are live. Welcome, everyone still living in the post-COVID era. Is it the post-COVID era? I guess it is COVID era.
We're in
right?
COVID.
Yeah. So we will eventually become part of the post-COVID era. Welcome. I'm your host, Bugs Moran, and some people call him Bugs Moran. And welcome to the Today Millenia podcast, the most important show on the planet. We're of course here again. Alexia's in studio, and can you get the mouse off her face? Madam Sabani from her villa. Welcome. How are you?
Great. How are you guys?
Good. You're super delayed today. The internet is really not
Oh
good.
man.
Yeah. Well, that one wasn't bad. The initial hello though, I thought you weren't going to say anything. But how was your week?
Week's pretty good. It's been an interesting week. I've kept myself busy. I've pulled a back muscle, I think.
What power washing?
No, I lifted a 40-pound bag of birdseed. I didn't even know it could hurt.
40 pounds is pretty heavy.
40 pounds is
40
pretty
pounds is I just lifted an 80-pound bag of concrete today, and that fucking sucker was heavy. So half that I could imagine. I had to put it on my shoulder. It was heavy.
Such a one-upper.
What? Yeah, it was a low-key flex, dude. Duh, I have to do it sometimes.
My brother listens and he says, "Fucking Nick, he's such a one-upper."
I'm not a one-upper, I just do everything. So if you did it, I also probably did it, and I'll tell you a story about it. Maheen, you haven't got to see it, and Alexia didn't say anything about it. Do you like the tiger sticker? Do you see how fresh the sticker is?
The tiger sticker? I don't think I noticed.
I literally.
Oh, yeah, it is pretty fresh.
Fire, right? No, and I lifted that 80 pounds of concrete just to one-up you some more because I was just building some fence, putting a fence up for my aunt today. So just getting a ton of shit done, you know what I mean? But Maheen got her power washer, so she power washed everything. Do you have pictures for us?
Yeah, that'll be our corner. We'll talk about it later.
Alright, perfect. And we're gonna go with the original one. Hailing all the way, it flows better. From Puerto La Playa, Puerto Rico, via Brentwood, New York, Alexio, Fast Hand Rivera. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
How are you? So your brother says I'm a one-upper?
Yeah, my brother said you're a one-upper.
Well, tell him if he wants to fucking do
I
that.
don't know which episode he was listening to.
Put it in the comments. Like, if you want to say whatever about me, I hope people are saying bad shit, but just put it in the comments. It helps our algorithm. Jesus Christmas. Don't just say it out loud. Just put it in the comments.
I read somewhere today that someone said something about YouTube disabling comments or something.
Why? Because people are too
it's too
soft.
toxic?
I love that shit. I can't wait to
Maybe.
hate
I
me.
think you if you ever read the comments on like a popular video, some of them are so funny.
Yeah, they're really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, like kids who can take it, like that kid Cody Co that I listen to. He's mad funny. Like some of his videos are just reading how people ripped him apart on his comments, you know. And like he'll like, I think I called him Cody once a month. Cody stopped like posting, and he'll like it or like reply to it. Like he said like whatever man or something like that back to me. So like he's on him and he doesn't care if you hate on him. I was like, oh Cody once a month back with the heater because like he didn't post like 3 months. He's pretty funny, but like what are you doing? This is your job. And then he said like whatever man.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. So Annie Husenheimer. And yo, shout out to this dude Dave Weasel. This guy is fucking got a blue check mark and follows my fucking regular Instagram page. I don't know, but shout out to you, dog. I'll give you a shout out on my podcast. They have a podcast as well. I'm gonna start listening to it. He just followed me with that account too, so I like following him back. I don't know who it is, but well, I know who the guy is, but I don't know what the podcast is like. Because I'm listening to it. But the guy I figured it out because he's always posting. He's a comedian. It's actually pretty funny. But they do like a political podcast too, so maybe that's how they stumbled upon it or something. But one's a liberal. And the liberal wrote the bio. It's actually really funny on their Instagram. So he's like, so there's two hosts. One's a fucking cuckold, conservative douchebag asshole, and the other one is a beautiful, lovely, handsome liberal saint. And he also runs this Instagram account. and so I guess they have like a podcast kind of like that. So shout out to that guy. And I'm not sure if it's Wessel or Weasel. I think it has 2 S's in it. But I never have my phone because I don't have a camera. We don't have a camera here, Dave. So if you want to send us a camera, then I can check my phone. I feel to give the right account. I'll give it next time, I guess. Moving forward. What did you do this week? Anything good?
Not much, man. I relearned how to multiply and divide fractions.
Or like an idiot from 2020.
Yeah.
So you had to learn the idiot way just to fucking tell them. Bro, was I right that they want the answer in like eighths, even though the answer should be in cool fourths?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's
stupid.
weird. They have like all these other rules, and then you end up remembering. Oh, I remember how to do this, and then you teach them how to do it, and they're like, "Why you do it like?" They're just like, "Oh, why do you do it like that way?
Yeah.
That's easier."
Yeah.
And my nephew goes like, "Oh, why didn't they just say that?" Right? Like they have like all these boxes, like make this box like this box, but using this, and it's completely different. And then you just
it's
use
raising the
multiplication.
bottom. They're trying to raise the bottom. It's fucking socialism of school. It's like
my nephew's smart.
Yeah, he's smart. That's why he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make Common Core is designed to bring the bottom up rather than to make the top smarter. It's not like if you're decent at critical thinking, this is going to be harder for you. But if you're an idiot, I mean, you are struggling, this will be easier because it could take you 40 minutes to do one fraction question, but at least you'll get it right, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what Common Core is. It's designed to bring up the bottom, to keep people from failing, from being like held back or whatever like that. So I think it's the dumbest fucking thing ever. It's the bubble wrapping of our society.
It's like stressing me out.
Common Core.
I don't even have children.
Yeah. I would send them back to school with the wrong answers.
Bro,
Fucking
if
fail.
I can't even imagine. Like I'm dealing with my niece and my nephew. You know, one's like in 4th or 5th grade, and the other one is like in 1st grade, and 2 different curriculums. My niece's is obviously much easier, except when I have to have her write a story. You know, she's like, our teacher wants you to write a story about, you know, a little girl or something like that, and just getting her to focus
That's
and all this
crazy.
other stuff. But just trying to switch from his stuff to her stuff, and then we have hours, so they have to do an hour of math, an hour of reading, an hour of social studies, an hour of this, an hour of that. So by the time, sometimes between their breaks and everything, sometimes I'm not done until like 5 o'clock. Sometimes depending.
What time do you start in the morning?
In the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning.
And can you get this stuff done quicker? Or is it like literally like an hour little like video
No, it's
and
timed.
shit? Yeah, it's all time.
It's all time. So they have to spend an hour doing this, or they have to, you know, show their work or whatever it is, and it's just. If I was an essential worker, like if I was working every day, and I was a single parent, how the fuck do they do it?
There's no way.
Yeah.
No way you can do it. I would just make the kid figure it out.
One of my sister's friends or coworkers, she says that her daughter's like a month behind because she can't
keep up with
sit
it.
there with her to do all these different topics.
Yeah, that's crazy. They need to just assign, they need to break it down. Like, nobody's smart, so they just try to do things lazy. Everything's done lazy. So they're just, like, sending out random. My sister said that the little girl she's helping is fucking, they just send them to this website where the website hosts the course. So it's not even, like, from their school specifically. It's, like, they're just pawning it off on this website, and they're like, here, kids.
Yeah.
The teacher's not checking anything. They're not making up new courses. It's fucking stupid.
They use iReady and iExcel, and so when you jump on iReady, the kids log in. They use their room number and they have this code, and then
but at least the school's involved. No, they're just giving every kid a password, and this website has it correctly.
This website doesn't. They have like little videos and stuff, but still, like you still have to be there because you know when your teacher teaches something. Some kids get it, some kids don't, and the teacher uses examples, and she could see who's getting it and who doesn't.
Right.
And the kids, if they're home, like they're looking at the screen, but then they're looking over here, and they're looking over there, and
How
then
would
they
they
start
do
picking
that?
their nose, and then they start fucking jumping around the table. Like, do you have to make sure? Hey, man, did you understand that why they have 27 watermelons now? Like. You know how they got to that number? Like these fucking videos, bro. Like, why do they buy? My nephew's like, why does he have so many cans of paint?
That's funny. So if you're out there struggling with your kids and their fucking school, we feel for you. I don't
for sure.
I don't do any schoolwork. All right.
Yeah.
Unless we had anything anybody wanted to get to, we can move on.
What else? Just power washing, Maheen?
Just power washing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make
I redecorated our sunroom. Like I bought all new curtains, I brought slip covers for everything.
Yeah. You know what I brought with me today? My birthday present from Maheen. I brought with me
What'd you get?
a drone.
A drone?
Yeah.
Sick.
I have it over there.
Sick. I had one time. Little one like this?
It's like has a 4 thing.
Yeah. They're fucking sick. They're way easier to carry. They're way easier to drive to than you think.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Awesome. So we played the drone.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll move on. In my opinion.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Let's do it.
I like Nick's song for that transition right there.
Yeah, I do it so I don't have to edit an iMovie. I just do it in my mouth.
I like it.
All right, so here it is. So what happened? So we had this dude called Bing Liu.
Bing Lu.
This is a Chinese-born scientist that was in Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh. He was shot and killed in his home by this dude called Hao Gu. And supposedly it was over like what was it over? A lengthy dispute regarding an intimate partner. That's what they said. But the reason why this is big news is because he was working on coronavirus research and he was supposedly really close to a breakthrough or some type of scientific finding. And this dude shot him, killed him, and then went home to kill himself.
When he got to his car, it said.
He got to his car and he killed himself.
Yeah.
And so it's sparking a ton of conspiracy theories all over the internet.
They're saying it's a lengthy what are conspiracy theories? All right. Oh my God! A user on social media platform Weibo wrote, "This seems like coming straight out of Mission Impossible. Profound behind that the virus originated from an American lab." Oh my God! Yeah. Someone in China wrote on their social media, "This seems like it's straight out of Mission Impossible. Perhaps he found out that the virus originated from an American lab." Like, wouldn't you love that, you bunch of losers? No, it originated in your lab. You're a loser. You fucking ruined the world. Don't fucking ever say anything like that again. Fucking Weeblo. Fuck Weeblo. I was a Weeblo scout. You could Weeblo me.
But it is a pretty big coincidence that he was working on the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Supposedly really close to a significant breakthrough, and then gets shot and killed, and then his killer kills himself.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude,
it's kind of, yeah.
The dude who killed him is a software engineer, so maybe.
Yeah, I just want to know how lengthy of this sexual history is it?
Yeah, they don't give a lot of details. There's not a lot of details.
Yeah, it sounds like they're just pawning it off. So it's a conspiracy. I mean, they're saying that it was just, they were like fighting over the same chick, basically, or dude, or whatever they were fighting.
Dude, who knows?
Whatever they were fighting over. They were fighting over the same love interest, and then there was a murder-suicide. The only thing that throws me off and would take the conspiracyist in me and say this is not that is the suicide part of the murder-suicide.
I think that's what makes it the conspiracy.
Well, you don't shut somebody up to shut yourself up. I just shut myself up.
Well,
you kill yourself so that there's no way. Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, let's just say they maybe they're just trying.
If you kill somebody who's trying to find a virus, you're doing it for a reason, right?
Well, maybe they're just trying to pin it on this gunman.
Right. So if there was any bit of foul play in the suicide of the gunman, then I would start to be like, but he blasted his head off in the car. They said
there's actually a movie that just came out. What is the movie called? With that it was on Netflix. Is on Netflix right now with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, but they're like
it's exactly that.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, they
exactly
framed him. He was like a cop. They framed him for everything.
He's a cop. The cop supposedly killed this dude and then drove home, killed himself in his car.
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
It's true. But they said he did it. No, they said he walked. They said he walked to the car and did it there. Did it there.
Or maybe somebody put him in his car and shot him.
Maybe. If that happened, then yeah. But if the guy did kill himself, then there's no conspiracy here. Because it doesn't make any sense. Because if you're killing somebody for a reason, you would skip the killing of that person and just kill yourself if you felt that hopeless. It would make no sense to kill the maker of the vaccine and then kill yourself.
Well, no. If he was like the scapegoat, right? Just to play into this conspiracy, if he's the scapegoat and someone said to him, "Hey, you gotta go kill this guy and then kill yourself after and just yourself
what the fuck?
You're gone."
This isn't the Middle East, Maheen. We don't do that over here. The guy was American. He's not doing that. I mean, he lived in America.
Chinese born, yeah.
Chinese born, but he lived in
You're gonna
America.
figure it
No, I'm not listening to no. So you think he did it all for the greater
Or will
good?
kill your family?
No. I mean, yeah, or will kill your family
or
shit,
dishonor
maybe.
on your ancestors?
All
Come on.
right. So Maheen threw in the "Would you kill your family?" So leave it in the comments, bitches. Write a fucking comment if you think I'm wrong. I can see that. Maybe a threat on the family. We got to find out more about 46-year-old Wong Hu and really dig into it. Unfortunately, I could care less. So.
Okay, so let's move on to this. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I can't believe you picked that meme because that was hilarious meme. This Jerry Seinfeld.
Is it Ahmoud Arbery?
Oh my god, this is awful. Have you seen this meme?
Ahmed?
So, Muslim name, I would pronounce it Ahmed, but
Ahmed?
Ahmoud.
Let me see, where is it? Ahmad.
Ahmoud.
It's Ahmad. I'm almost positive. I know somebody with that name. Ahmed would be Ahmed.
So Mr. Aubrey.
Mr. Aubrey works. Is it Aubrey the regular spelling? Are we fucking around?
His last name.
I'm almost, yeah, Aubrey is what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so we can say that.
A-R.
Oh, no, it's not. It's
Arbery.
Arbery. Saying that wrong,
Arbery.
too. So this guy's name is probably...
Poor guy.
It's probably either Ahmed or Ahmad or somewhere along the lines Arbery.
So Arbery was going out for a jog in his neighborhood in Georgia when two men were waiting for him in their vehicle.
The video got removed.
No, it wasn't removed. It's just making sure that you understand that it's graphic content.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, he was running around. He was going out for a jog in his neighborhood.
They're gonna see it. People
and
shot
then
him.
he got shot by these two men. Graphic content.
Graphic.
Just letting you guys know.
If you haven't seen this, it's pretty awful. There you
It
go,
is pretty
full screen.
awful.
Alright, so the volume's a little low on this video, but it's the car's following, filming right now. The black kid that got killed is now wrestling with this white guy with his gun. He has like a big gun in his hand, a shotgun or a rifle, and you can hear shots going off. They just cut it because he just went down, so he fights him off. But play it from the beginning again, really quick. I watch that guy. So
supposedly these guys thought that he was a burglar and he was running away.
And you can see
And
he's
they're
just
waiting
jogging,
for
so
him.
they're waiting for him there. Now this guy is an idiot for putting the camera down right when he did, because he's a moron. He missed everything.
Yeah.
Lift your camera up, dummy. So the kid's trying to get away. He runs around the So I wish this idiot didn't fuck up the film, but you can bring Maheen back. So what it looks like to me is this kid was running down the road. Notice they stopped now. They were probably bothering him for miles, yelling at him, harassing him. He's in jogging clothes. It's obvious what he's doing. And then they stop the car. He tries to run around it. And the guy heads him off with either a shotgun or a rifle. And then he grabs the rifle. The kid grabs it from him, tries to rip it out of his hands. And then some asshole from the back of the truck, Grand Theft Auto fucking Vice City style, shoots him from the top, like sitting in the bed of the truck, like a fucking duck blind, like a deer blind.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, shooting him in cold blood. And I just found out from Alexia that this happened in February and nobody's been arrested.
Yeah. Did you know that Maheen happened in February?
Yeah. I don't know what happened in February, but yeah.
I don't know
that's
what kind of white
insane.
people they are and how do I buy that privilege?
Fuck.
Where do I purchase that from? Because I get arrested for everything.
Well, the guy who did the shooting, he was an ex.
Everything I ever do.
He was a
They
retired
get me.
investigator, I think. He was.
Yes, is that what I need to do? I mean, that's just
Yeah.
pathetic. Not only should those two people be arrested, they should just be killed. They have the death penalty in that state.
Yeah.
That's capital murder. You pre-planned it. You followed him. You did the whole thing. You had multiple guns. Then even after you had an opportunity to just get away from him, you still decided to shoot him in the back, and then you shot him again. It's capital first degree murder.
Point blank, yeah.
Yeah.
Point, it's capital first degree murder. It's not. You can't even say it's second, like not premeditated, because they followed him.
Yep.
Once you follow them, it's first degree murder. So, yeah, they should be just whatever they do. Fry people. They don't fry people anymore. They do the gas.
They do the gas for the lethal injection, I think.
I think they should
Injection.
do victim's family choice. But again, the country would be much different if I were running it.
Capital punishment.
Yeah,
Are you with it, Maheen? Capital punishment?
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it too. I think if you do
Wow.
get convicted of the death penalty, you should get it should be victim family choice.
Should be only in the case in the cases where there's video evidence?
Yeah, I think evidence only.
It has
Forensic
to be
or video
concrete,
evidence.
like.
It has to be a murder weapon. Like, yeah, they have to make a rule. This is what's wrong with this country. They're fucking stupid. They don't know.
There's a lot of gray areas.
Yeah, they're always leaving gray area in this goddamn crime.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to it with this woman, so I guess moving on. But there's just so much gray area. I don't understand why they leave everything so gray. Like, I don't think it's as gray as it is. It's just I'm always talking to lunatics. Either lunatic right-wing conservatives or lunatic left-wing liberals. I'm just talking to lunatics all day long. So they're like, well, no, this happened. And then the other person's like, no, the exact opposite happened. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's all in the way you interpret the words.
You can interpret anything any way. I think we need to get this interpretation out. I think when we get to the lady's story, I was like talking, I said that, I was like, why don't they just make a rule? Like, post it on the local news. If you try to open your business and you're not supposed to, you get fined this much money. Or you get jailed for 5 days. I bet you the lady doesn't go and do it. You can't just start arresting people and saying, well, now it's... Let's let me decide.
Let me think.
What's the penalty for that one? Because it's not actually a law. Like, no, it's not how it works.
Did you hear about this lady, Maheen?
No.
So this woman tried to open her salon, which she was wrong. I mean, they told her not to. She shouldn't have done it, but they arrested her. And the craziest part about it is she didn't have to do the 7 days in jail. The judge offered her an apology as an option. She goes, I don't even understand what you're talking about, nor do I feel like I should give you an apology for trying to feed my kids. So I'll take the 7 days. And they put her in jail.
Well,
But like, when you're giving people options to apologize, clearly there's no real written law. Like, clearly there's no actual truth to this. So yeah, there's a video with it.
There's a video here. I don't know.
Was she a white lady?
Yeah, she was white.
Yeah, she's a white lady. That's why nobody cares. But
Is this it?
Outside the
Yeah, I think it is it, yeah.
yeah, this is it. Outside the courtroom thing.
I was gonna say, because
Hit
it
the
turned really quickly and I had no idea what Nick was talking about for a second, but this makes sense now.
Yeah.
house, the
She shouldn't have done it, but
supporters
just
gathered
the
with flags and guns
everything.
to watch the hearing on their phones.
Why? Why do you have to act? Like
Shelley Luther.
A determination has been made that you are in contempt of this court.
As you can see, we are still open.
The salon owner openly defied the governor's order that salons remain closed.
Oh, he sent you something
Ripped
in the
up
mail?
a cease and desist letter from the county and ignored a temporary restraining order from the court.
If you would like to take this opportunity,
Why
to
are people up in
acknowledge
arms then when the
actions
truth
yourself,
comes out?
putting your own
This is where it gets
ahead of
crazy.
those of the community in which you live.
Judge Eric Moyer offered Luther a chance to avoid jail time. He asked if she would apologize, acknowledge
not
she was
real.
wrong, and agree to shut down her business until Friday. But Luther would not yield.
I have to disagree with you, sir, when you say that I'm selfish, because feeding my kids is not selfish. I have here
can
signs that
understand.
are going hungry.
A little more information than I do the first time. She deserved every bit of it. But the apology bothers me. Because, you can cook me now. Because there's going to be a lot of these going on. And that lady openly defied. They gave her cease and desist. They gave her a whole bunch of chances at it. She ripped it up in public. Like, she was asking for this. She wanted to make a spectacle. But I think that the offering an apology is, like, that's the problem. It's like, why don't you just write something down? Why is everything gray? When are we getting out of fucking our houses? Gray. What's the
Because we
laws
just
on
don't
what's the
know.
laws on where you can go and what you can do during this? Gray. Everything's fucking gray. Just write it down and post it on TV. It's not like that difficult to do. It's so easy to do, but everything's a gray area in this fucking country all of a sudden. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it just seems that way to me because I talk to lunatics and not real people in charge, or if it's really that gray. We're just walking around in gray land. Like, yeah, in some states...
I mean, I think that the cease and desist is kind of pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward what they said.
Things like that.
But offering the apology isn't even an arrestable offense. Like, now, disobeying a cease and desist is, but it's not a jailable offense. Like, they take you in, you can bail yourself out. Like, it's not like you're not flight risk. It's not even it's like a disorderly conduct, basically.
Yeah.
If you don't... So, like, the fact that they just made up the 7 days, $7,000 fine, like, clearly that was made up out of thin air by the judge. That's my, like, huge problem with it is, like, so is that what it is? It's like, hey, if the cop wants to arrest you for being in a park, he can. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. So great. So like from black, I'm fucked in the city, and like from white, I'm okay. Like it's so stupid. And even here on Long Island, like if I'm young, I'm fucked. If I'm older, I'm okay. Like that's how they'll treat you. You know, any young person, white, black, or Spanish, the Suffolk County Police, they don't discriminate. They'll fucking just to pull you over for fun. And do they get to decide now if they feel like it or not? Because that's not fair. There should be a sign. Like
I've gotten out of a lot of speeding tickets. I'm just gonna interject really quick. I've gotten out of a lot of speeding tickets.
Right. But you got out of them. That's not a gray area. Yeah, but that's not a gray area because they're not actually leaving that up to the cop. That cop did that on his own. They're not leaving anything up to the cop. They told the cops if they go over 65, you pull them over and you write them a ticket. Now he decided not to pretend that you never did that. Which, yeah, that makes sense. Right. My problem is, it's not like they say if you go out in public, it's written down, you can be jailed up to 2 weeks, $2,000 fine. Then the cop decides, I'm going to let you go because this is fucking nuts. But you know what they said, it's 5 days, $2,000, don't do it again. That's way different. What they're doing right now is they don't have a 5 days, $2,000 fine. There's no law, there's no anything. I can't be in trouble if there's no repercussions to what I did. That's like never writing down what the sentence time is for burglary and then arresting me and expecting me to actually lose that case because I robbed somebody. What do you mean? You never said it was illegal. You never said I was going to do jail time. You just decided today that because I robbed somebody, I have to go to jail. What about everybody else who did it? Like, you have to write it down. That's the point of it being written down. Now when I go and rob from somebody, I am in full understanding of the law. And I know what I did. And I know what I'm going to get from it. Which is why her case is a little out the window because she got the cease and desist. But the point is still the same, like offering the apology, that shouldn't be there. It's like, hey, cease and desist, COVID laws are doubled, right? Whatever, like they fines double in speed. Like something needs to be set out. You can't not put that fines doubled in work zone sign up and then double my fine. That's not how it works. You have to put the sign up. Then I speed, then you double my fine. You can't do it after the fact. Yeah, it's too much gray.
There's a lot of gray, and I think it's just like Arbery, this Arbery, whatever his name is.
Oh, Arbery.
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 His name's Ahmoud. I'm just gonna call him. Ahmoud.
Okay. Right? So in February when this happened, the reason why the attorneys didn't press charges on those dudes is because in Georgia there's a law that says that it's a defense law, a self-defense law. They said the kid attacked him, he looked like a burglar, they were trying to stop him, and he attacked them, and that's why they shot him. And so they were like, oh, this guy's an investigator, he's an ex-cop, let's give them a pass. And so they didn't take on the case, they didn't even press charges, nothing happened. And then it wasn't until this video surfaced, and then it went viral, and celebrities started talking about it, and and then the kid's name went viral, that now the attorney general of the city of Atlanta is picking up the case again and reopening it. Yeah. And now something might happen from it.
But that is a major issue in a state law, because I don't know if you know this, but if somebody breaks in your house in New York, I know everybody loves to say, "Oh, shoot them." No, actually, if you shoot them, you're going to jail for murder. Yeah. Because if they just break into your house with their bare hands, you have to fight them with your bare hands. Or grab something within what would be considered, this is the rules in New York. You have to grab something that would be considered an emotional item to use. So something near you, something in that room. If you kill somebody with a bludgeoned item that was on your coffee table when they break in, you're free to go. If you go to your gun safe...
What is that movie?
If you go to your gun safe, get the gun...
What is the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
I don't know, before you get the movie though, let me finish. If you go to your gun safe, get the gun, and then come out and shoot him, you go to jail. It's premeditated as second-degree murder. Or manslaughter, whatever. You'll probably get it dropped to manslaughter, but you're going to jail. So the fact that this kid was not only unarmed, but not in their property, how the fuck that's even a law is just a problem with these states. It's a huge problem with red states. And I am not, I clearly lean right, but I have not been shy about saying that there are some big problems in Republican states as well, socially. And there's a lot of problems financially in, I think, Democratic states, and I think we need to fix them. But socially, the issues, that's crazy.
Insane.
So what, I can just go and try and punch you, and if you got a strap, you can shoot me, we're good. Right here in the middle of the office.
Fuck.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, because I can walk up to anybody and make them punch me. Anybody, anytime, anywhere. this shit I'll just keep running.
You think so, man?
Yeah, running my
I
mouth
bet
out,
on it.
running
I
my.
think they could get anybody to punch him.
If you, unless you're a little nervous to punch me, like unless you're scared, but like a big guy,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to kill somebody, I'll go up to a big fella and I'll say, "Fuck you, big fella, suck my cock," and then he'll be like, "Bam," and then I'll shoot him in his forehead. And what? I'm safe? Like that's stupid.
Exactly.
That
yeah.
doesn't even make any logical
Horrible.
sense whatsoever. But hopefully, listen. Hopefully, my crazies on the left, my fave crazies on the left. Maybe you can use your crazy voice to do something good because they do that a lot. They do that a lot. Sometimes they get really loud about things like this, and eventually something happens. Most of the time, they talk nonsense and they're delusional, but there are times when it works out.
For sure.
Like this girl, actually, speaking of this story, yeah, poor kid, man. Speaking of this story, there's a Netflix documentary about the same thing. Cynthia something her name is. But she was arrested. Hers was terrible. She killed a guy who sexually assaulted her for like 10 years. She just murked him, decided to murk him.
Who sexually assaulted her?
Her, yeah. She killed him. And she went to jail for life. So retarded. And they went back because at the time they said, they're like, this is how bad social rights in this country you're getting. Is nowadays she's considered a victim of sexual abuse. Because now we understand that a lot of times drugs turns into need for money, it turns into now you're sold into slavery. Back then, she was tried as a murdering hooker. That's it. You're a murderous drug addict hooker, so
Yeah.
you're going to jail. But now we understand a little better, like, she was probably tricked into, I'm assuming she didn't just choose to be sexually assaulted.
Yeah,
and
depending
become
on
a
what age she
yeah,
was.
she was like fucking 14 or 15.
Yeah, exactly, at that age, you know.
It's ridiculous, but,
Yeah.
you know, and that's, hopefully we get better, you know, we get better over time, but, moving forward.
Moving forward, so we got some feel-good news.
Yeah, Alexio added that. That's all we got for, in my opinion. We did the lady, we did everything.
With the lady, we did.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Because I think I want to go off on COVID dinner. I want to do a little office chat with Maheen, because now I'm a fan, and I want to talk about The Last Dance, and then I have I have a documentary for you that I want to talk about. So I think COVID dinner is going to be fun today.
So 173 years. 173 years ago, the people of a group of Native Americans sent $170 to the
Right there.
Irish during their famine, and so they just repaid them back with $2 million.
Choctaw Nation.
Yep, during this pandemic. Yep. You want to go through it?
Adorable, right? Oh yeah, so Alexio kind of told me so, but in 1847, the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma sent $170 to Ireland during the Great Famine. If you don't know what that is, that's when the potatoes went away. No more potatoes, no more food for the Irish. The potatoes went away.
Yeah.
A time of mass starvation on the island. More than 170 years later, Ireland has returned the favor, helping raise $2 million for the Navajo and Hopi nations, which is a different group. I don't know whether they did, but which maybe they turned into them. I'm gonna assume that they did their research and gave them the right
Probably
people.
they're all gone.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. That's
Yeah.
like that's as close as they could get. Been hit hard during the coronavirus pandemic. So that's some feel good news. So basically, back in the potato famine, the Indians and Alexia told me that in 1847 they were actually on their tail of tears at that time, or like on their
Trail of
way
Tears, yeah.
heading west. So they still were able to gather money. I'm assuming it was a Western group that probably wasn't heading that way, but that was a bad time for Indians, and they were there and they decided to send money to help, and now that they're struggling, they sent $2 million. So they definitely accounted for inflation, and we appreciate the Irish for that.
I wonder what it would be inflation. $170 in 1847.
They probably only like $100 grand.
Yeah,
I think they overdid it.
they definitely overdid it.
No,
would
I don't
say-
think 100 grand.
It might be a little
In
more.
1847?
Well, you're just chilling there, Maheen, so your computer works. I want to Google shit so bad. You don't understand. I can't. I can't.
We need another laptop.
Yeah, we gotta get another laptop. So send the camera,
$1?
send the laptop.
Or, yeah.
Doll hair.
Yeah, just do what would $170 in 1847 equal today? And usually you get that first thing from Google. How sweet is that? When did that fucking come around?
It's so
Where
sweet,
Google,
yeah.
if they get like a good common answer, they'll just give it to you right there, flat on the
it's
top.
so good.
So good.
They'll read it off.
Well, while Maheen looks it up, what do we got next?
Next. I think we have a Florida man.
We do?
Yeah.
Nice. Today
Nick
We
loves
do.
the Florida man.
in Florida, I do. I like to see if it's gonna be a real article, a fake article. I like to investigate.
By the way, before we get into it, $5,351.16.
Damn, so you guys are way off, and I was way off too.
Damn.
One up.
5,000, huh?
So it's $5 grand. So not even close to 100 grand.
$5,000.
So they gave him a shit ton. Like, Jesus Christ.
I feel like this is wrong.
Oh, it's not a year.
This can't be
No,
right.
I feel like that's right. 100 grand seemed like a lot. $170 wasn't that much. Like it was, if you like back then, like if you wanted to buy a meal, it was still like 85 cents. You know, like almost $1 for like a normal little cheap like a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. A
So now a
McDonald's
sandwich
hamburger
is
was
$6.
15
It used to be
cents
$8.
in 70
We're not.
years
It's
ago.
not that much, you know.
I don't know. I feel like everybody used to say, I used to pay a nickel for a tomato.
Yeah, a nickel for a tomato, and now we pay fucking 15 nickels. It's not that
Yeah.
crazy, you know? It's not that crazy, you know? Like, people are crazy out here. We pay 45
Tomatoes
cents
are like $2 a pound.
a pound. How much does one tomato weigh?
Two,
Not a
they're
pound.
little fuckers.
They're not a pound. So they're about $1
Imagine
a piece.
pound of a tomato.
A pound tomato would be huge, man.
Yeah.
Jesus, you're guessing this. Maheen is of the. I've learned that people do like to do that to me though.
How heavy do you think that pound of seed, the pound of seed that she picked up actually was? What did you pick up?
Oh
It's
yeah, now that
40
you said it was
pounds.
40, no, it probably was.
It is
It probably
probably-
said it
Look
on
at
the
the
front.
picture.
It probably said 420.
He's doing something that I've noticed a lot of people do to me, and I think I'm just gonna take it as a flattery. My brother and his girlfriend seem to do it a lot. Just people just will tell me that I'm wrong, like way before they check if I'm wrong, just to like hope that I'm talking out of my ass. Like Maheen does it a lot. She's praying. She's like, please let him be talking out of his ass. Please let him be talking out of his ass. And she'll be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And then, oh, I can't believe U.S. is #1 in oil production. It's like, what do you think? I'm just saying it for fun? No, you're hoping I was saying it for fun. My brother does it to me all the time.
It doesn't sound like a fact that it's real.
No, I know it sounds
Honestly,
crazy,
yeah.
but I say things like that on purpose to kind of get people riled up. Maheen, you there?
I lost the floor.
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you agree that you do that sometimes? Just kind of hope I'm wrong, just because it sounds like I'm
No.
talking out of my ass.
Sometimes I just think you're wrong. Yes, okay, fine. But sometimes I just feel like
I
I'm
know,
wrong.
it's like I'm like Sigmund Freud, bro. I'm like Sigmund fucking Freud out here.
All right, we're gonna go to
You got
today in
better.
memes.
You're gonna better, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we can't
What
find the
happened
Florida
to
guy.
our
I
Florida
can't find Florida.
So today in Florida, we found out that sometimes people like to just hope Nick's talking out of his ass and tell him he's wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
And sometimes they're right. Sometimes they get me. But when they don't get me, I get mad, and then it all becomes a Nick's an asshole.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be like that? I don't know. It bothers me. I never do it to you, Maheen.
I
I jump
related-
down. I jump down some people's throats.
I related a lot to this meme. If you want to read it, Nick.
All right, ready? So we got today in memes. Boom, brrr. There goes the title. How I probably will put it up though way before this. So how COVID-19 got me being my child's personal assistant. Got me waking up like me. Good morning. You have 2 Zoom meetings today at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Then a video call with grandma after lunch. Okay, cancel the 3 p.m. and ask grandma if she can video chat before lunch. How are you coming on the spreadsheet of the 18 different website names and passwords? Still working on it. Here's your snack and the copies that you need for your report. They're due tomorrow. Thank you. Please leave them outside my fort and let's pencil in some time to discuss dinner plans. So, if you don't know, like, kind of where this is coming from, because my sister has a younger sister from her mom, and she's doing the same thing. She takes
Yeah.
care of her. She's sister mom. So, they're fully. We just went into a huge rant about. Oh, we did in the beginning. It was
Yeah.
sometimes I forget if we record shit or we don't record shit. So, so I was on recording. So Alexia's been doing it, but everyone is now just like they're not. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, I was thinking homework. Were you thinking this, Maheen? Like take home homework. I'm like, my mom
Yeah.
never helped me
Yeah.
with my homework. Like, just do it your fucking self, you little
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
No, they're teaching these kids. Like,
Yeah.
so the school is sending them on a website to give a lecture, and then you as the parent have to make sure that they understand that reading and understand that lecture, and then can then do the work that is assigned to it because they have a timed limit on this fucking thing. Lexia said close to 4 hours. You were saying 4 classes for an hour apiece, about a
An
day.
hour piece, yeah. Sometimes longer because it
Seems like more,
you
yeah.
Have, you have to spend at least an hour on it, but if it takes them
it
longer
takes
to
longer,
do
then you
it,
can
then
do it
he has
longer,
to
yeah.
do longer. You know.
So and about 4
and
subjects a day.
sometimes it's like a project, right?
Just
So-
the big subjects, right? The big math, science, English, social studies.
No, they have gym, they have art, they have music, they have all these things they have to do.
Wow, these people are assholes.
Fucking assholes.
public
right?
school,
You
you're
know
a
how
bunch of-
frustrating it is
Yeah,
to have
no.
to sit there
Sorry,
for an hour
if you
of
want-
first grade music
This
or
is
art.
this is what Nick's
It is
school
a
district.
pain in the
You ready
ass.
for the Nick's? I love making my own COVID rules. Nick's school district. Boom. If you want to get paid, you're making Zoom fucking lectures the whole fucking time, and
Oh my
every kid
God,
needs to be on
yes.
it. If you don't want to make Zoom and you want the parents to teach them, we're not paying you. Bam, done. Problem solved. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Next school district, this is problem solved. So you can call up and be like, listen, I don't want to do anything during COVID. I'm not making Zoom classes. Fine, we're just not paying you until you come back to work. But there is no way that the parents are taking over the teachers' jobs and then they're going to pay the teachers throughout to do it. It doesn't even make any sense at all. Like, you have to teach the kids and then you can send them home with homework. And if they're too stupid to figure out the homework, yes, someone will help you, I guess.
Yeah.
No one ever helped me with my homework, though. I've never even heard of that before. I didn't know. How would my mom be able to do what Miss Schaefer just taught me 6 hours ago? How the fuck would my mom be able to do that? I don't even understand. But listen, my dad was like that. He's very like nerdy, but I didn't live with my real dad growing up. So, but my sisters tell me that he did the homework with them every day. I was going on the same rant right in front of them, and they're all like, kind of cower, like. He did our homework with us every day. Every day he sat there and did it with him. I'm like, you guys lived in a fucking nerd home. But I did not live in a nerd home. I was lucky if I did it, and no one was helping me. I mean, my pops is like a weightlifting fucking, he can't count. My mom doesn't count that well. Like, she does a lot of things amazing, but calculus isn't one of them. Like, she's like not doing that, dude.
Did you get help, Maheen?
No, I bet he was expected to do it.
I also went to a public school that was like private school, so I feel
Hicksville is
like I had a
pretty
lot of
serious, right?
She went upstate.
Oh, you went upstate.
What?
Oh, no. But didn't you go to Hicksville
Yeah.
High School when you moved down here? Or you finished school up there?
No, man. I moved down here for St. John's. You know that.
Oh. And your family came with you? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
That is wild.
That is wild.
Hey, Dad, I'm going to go to school in St. John's. Oh, okay. No, we're going to go with you. I didn't know that.
That is wild. Hey, listen.
Oh, yeah.
Different strokes. Different strokes for
different.
different folks. Alexia, nobody did your homework for you, right?
I had help with my sister. My sister would help me.
Yeah, sister. That's pretty cool. I mean, I would help probably my brother. I would help him more than like if I could help him, you know. But I don't know. Yeah, like my mom was cooking dinner, dude. She was hoping we would just do it. She would hope we would just do it. All right, next one.
Next.
Author Abby Jimenez. Me before quarantine, watching Castaway. Really? He's best friends with the ball? Me during quarantine. Look at you go, Roomba, you crazy son of a bitch. That's kind of real.
That's accurate.
That's really funny, dude. Yeah. Dude, I'd be talking to the cat all day. I'm like, can you believe this fucking guy? Can you believe this shit right here? What the fuck
Look
is
at him. Look at you just laying down.
No, I'd be talking to him about the people on the television. I'm like, can you believe this fucking thing we're watching right now?
It was Momo's birthday, you said?
Milo's birthday.
Oh, Milo's.
With Milo's
Cinco
birthday.
de Milo.
yes, Cinco de
Milo.
Mayo,
Yeah, Cinco de Milo. He's 4 years old. So happy birthday, Milo. He's 4 years old. Shout out to Milo. So yeah, dude, people are. My sisters sell dogs like at a pet store, like dog shop store, whatever.
Yeah.
And they said the dog market is booming right now, like.
Oh, for sure.
Because people are just like
I'm
buying
sure.
dogs left and right because they're
at home.
They're at home, yeah.
All those dogs are going to put down after this because they're all going to go back to work.
Yeah, you want to hear a funny story since we were all in sales? So my sister and her mom helps her, so I won't say any names, but I mean it's not gonna get trouble. But the person wanted a golden doodle. They have mini golden doodles, and if you ever seen a regular size one, they're huge. Like fucking these dogs are huge. A golden doodle it gets because poodles are big, golden retrievers are big. It's a big dog. Could get up to 100 pounds. These things are big. And then there's a mini golden doodle. So these people came in to buy a mini golden doodle. So my sister ran all the paperwork for them. I think like took a deposit, got everything ready. They went home. When they came back, she went to the back to say, all right, the people are back for the mini golden doodle. Her boss or whatever gives her a piece of paper, says, all right, go out, do the paperwork. And when the customer is going through the paperwork, they're like, this is a regular size golden doodle. And she's like, is it? It's like, yeah, we wanted the mini one. They go back and meanwhile, they sold the mini one and they were trying to put it past these people to take a puppy that they thought would be 30 pounds and it's going to be 80 pounds. Could you fucking imagine that, dude? They were just going to sling the wrong dog out. Because as a puppy, you really can't tell.
Don't you meet the dog before?
No, they didn't pick a specific. They just said that the price on the mini golden doodle, I think they didn't pick like a specific dog.
I can't even imagine picking a pet and not meeting it before.
No, well, they were doing it. That's what they were filling paperwork for a
okay.
specific one. But they came in, priced it, and put a deposit on a mini golden doodle. They didn't pick one, but like I think that's how it worked. So they priced it, put a deposit on it. They were coming in, they wanted their paperwork for the actual dog they were gonna get, And then they ran out of minis, so they were like, just gave her a hand, and my sister didn't even know while she's going through
She's
it.
like, really?
She's like, let
You
me
sure
check
there's
that in
no
the
mini?
back, yeah.
I mean the 80-pound dog sitting in front of me? Yeah, I'm sure it's not.
No,
a
it's not
mini.
80. They're both, you wouldn't be able to know. If these people didn't catch it on the paperwork, they would have got an 80-pound dog, but they wouldn't have known for 3 years.
Oh, because it grows, yeah.
It grows. It's like getting a fucking, one of those little savannah cats thinking it's going to be a savannah cat, but they actually didn't mix the cat with it.
Yeah.
And now you got a 50, 60-pound wild cat in your house. Like, oh, fuck. That's how people get in trouble with these tigers. That's how they get in trouble with these tigers, though, because they buy them. Yeah, it's definitely manageable. It's the size of a small puppy. In 3 years, it's 600 pounds. You can't keep that. Snakes, too. That's why they're the snake.
I wonder how the hell we got to hear from a Roomba.
Me too.
Okay.
But, all right, so this is Dr. Evil. If you don't know what it is, get older. And he says, fear of corona is on the decline. Please send the murder hornets. Dude, the murder hornets, I seen a dude on Facebook today take a sting from a murder hornet, dude. And he's the crazy guy that took one from the tarantula, the hawk. You saw him, Hawk. You saw him take that, right? So he did the murder hornet. He said it's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah, he said he was so disorientated. You can kind of tell, like, he puts it on and you can see he's, like, trying to play it up for the camera, like, get the thing to stick its butt right into him. He's got it, like, pierced.
Yeah.
And eventually he just lets it go on his arm, and then it's, like, sitting on his arm, and then you hear him go, eh, and throw it. He's like, ah! And he said that the immediate was dizziness, and then the pain just shot through his fucking arm. But he got dizzy for a second, and he dropped the thing out of the tweezers.
Have you seen these murder hornets?
Dude, you haven't seen a picture of a murder hornet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Right.
If you haven't seen one, we've all seen one, but
So
I'll pop one up on the screen in the
Yeah.
video just so you can see what this murder hornet looks like. But my god, are these things monsters? Like
Monsters, right?
monster. And they said multiple stings. Like if you run into a hive of them, you are fucking
Their
dead.
hive is supposed to be on the ground too.
Oh great.
They're not even
So
like
you can
on
walk
the trees.
on them.
Great.
And they listen. The worst part about them, they're invasive too. So they're not just a
They're
hornet.
from
They're
Asia.
they'll eat, and they're from Asia. What else you know? Fucking losers.
Yeah,
Don't ever say that shit
I think
again
they're from
about American
Japan.
labs. You fucking losers. You
Yeah.
got weird animals. You got weird diseases. You picked the wrong side of the planet. You sucks for you.
Bro,
Worst thing we got is a rattlesnake. You ever seen a rattlesnake? It's
They're
fucking
gonna-
awesome.
have you seen videos of them fucking up our regular bees?
No, that's what I was just gonna say. They kill bumblebees, Maheen. They go and
kill
just
all
they
the bees.
they murk
I know.
and they feed on their larvae. They don't
Decapitate.
even eat the bees. They just murk the bees to eat the
They
larvae.
bite their heads off.
They're
and then
murderers,
They eat the larvae.
dude. They're fucking murder hornets. They are.
Ugh.
So watch out for the murder hornets. They're in Washington right now. So if you have any fans on the West Coast, sorry. Blame the
Holy
Asians.
shit.
No, not the Asians that live in this country though. Just the ones that live over there. All right, so this is going to come up in COVID Theater, which I guess we're going to go next. But this is a picture flat out of The Last Dance. A lot of people are using it for a lot of memes. This is the funniest one. I didn't do this to my mom, but I had white friends that did this to their mom, and it was fucking crazy. So it's Michael Jordan. He's got this face on. It came from a Jerry Seinfeld joke. They were both making jokes about how they didn't want to be there. Because they were both uber famous. Like Seinfeld couldn't walk around either back then, and neither could Jordan.
Yeah.
And so it says, when you're a kid, but anyways, if you're watching, Jordan's making a face like, ooh, like cringy face, and Seinfeld's got a face on like he's the shit. So it says, when you're a kid visiting your white friend's house and he tells his mom to shut her stupid mouth. And anyone who's ever been to someone's house when they say that is like the most shocking thing ever. You're like, dude, what the fuck did you say that to your mom, man? What the fuck? You know what's so funny though? If somebody walked into my house, like if I brought a girl home to meet my mom, I'll have to watch how like I talk when I walk in there because I don't even realize, but like I'm so annoying that I walk in and like I'm just annoying right off the bat. So usually it pretty quickly happens where everybody's like shh, and I just be like, shut the fuck up, lady. Do you ever shut the fuck up? And she's not even talking. I'm do you ever shut up? It's me talking, but I'm like joking, and she knows that I would never say that serious, but it probably sounds like that if you don't know who the fuck we are. And like my mom's husband, I fucking rip him to pieces. I'm like, what's up, fucking retard? You do anything today? You just stand around. You're not even allowed to say that word anymore. I say it to him. Anyways,
Oh my God.
moving forward, but no, they used to really. There are kids that were little shits, and they
Yeah.
used to fucking scream at their mom. You ever witnessed it, Maheen?
No, not in real life. I didn't know it really happened until I saw like a Russell Peters comedy, and I was like, kids do that?
Russell Peters is really
Kids
funny.
can talk to their parents like that?
Yeah, people do. The people talk to their parents like that. Was that the last meme?
I think so, yeah.
But so that brings us to today in COVID Theater. I think if that is we're gonna just check really quick if that was the last meme.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, this video.
What are those videos?
No, those are videos.
Oh, those are videos we had. So we're gonna go to Beanie's Corner in a minute, but we're gonna do Today in COVID Theater first. So hopefully everybody has some. You don't even need any because I'm prepared today. So the first things first, that meme came from The Last Dance. Has anybody watched it yet?
I've seen just the first episode.
It's amazing. I was just talking to Alexio about it. I'm not gonna go through like a ton of it, but he was the best. There's no question. Go rewatch that and just look at what he was doing compared to what LeBron James was doing. Me and Alexio were talking. LeBron James is great. And he's been in 9 finals, and he's only been around for like 16 years, so it's like almost every year we were talking about he's in the finals, but he's only won 3 of them. Michael Jordan played from 84 until 92, and they couldn't get in. His first few years, he got in the playoffs. Well, as soon as he made it to the finals the first time in 1992, he never played basketball and did not win the finals. Never again. Never played basketball. So every time he decided, I want to play basketball, he became the best player in the league, and he won the championship. Every single year. 2 of those years, they gave the MVP trophy because people were going through Jordan fever, they called it. I watched Part of My Take, which I think is the best sports podcast. If you don't get your information from anybody, get it from them. But they said it was like LeBron-ish. Like, you don't want LeBron to win MVP every year. So they gave it 1 year to Charles Barkley, and they had that video on there. Charles Barkley goes, dude, I thought I was great. I was great. I won the goddamn MVP. But he goes, I played the game. It was the best I could have ever played. It was all I had. He went like 42, 14, and 9. The PMT guys looked up the stat line. Mm-hmm. He goes, and he outplayed me. I'm like, I have nothing else. That's the best game I could have played. And he went 44, 17, and 9. And Barkley went like 42, 10, and 6. And he's like, I almost had a triple-double. And the guy just outplayed me and beat me. And there was nothing I could do. Like, he's the best player on the fucking planet. And so he left. If you don't know about Michael Jordan, he left the NBA to try and play baseball. So right after they won their 3rd championship in a row, he said, I'm done. Played baseball for a year, came halfway through the season back, or like the end of the season. Obviously, they didn't win that year. But the following year was 1996, and he won 96, 97, 98, and said, I'm done again. And then he came back with the Wizards in 02, and he was already in his late 30s, almost 40. So if you're going to count that if you want. But from the second this guy walked in the finals, he basically decided that I'm going to win. And LeBron definitely did not do that. LeBron wants to win. He gives it a valiant effort every year, but he cannot make it happen like Michael Jordan could. So, if you don't watch The Last Dance, he just did the gambling one. Dude, he was gambling, $60,000 he lost one time on golf. To some guy, he had to write him a check.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they said that happened all the time. Like, he clearly thought he was better at golf than he was, and he used to just, play golf for money all the time. Like, thousands and thousands of dollars. And they have a clip of him. Do you know this? You remember when he goes like this to Magic Johnson? After he hits a 3, it's like a famous picture of Jordan going like this. Yeah. So he's like shrugging, I'm shrugging right now, yeah. So there's a famous picture of him. So he's playing, you gotta wait till you see the meme, but there's this goofy, it's the 90s, so there's this goofy security guard, and they're in the back, Michael Jordan's sitting on the table, and this goofy security guard, white guy with curly hair, glasses, guy looks so funny, has like a handlebar mustache and basically a curly mullet, and he's like, and they're throwing quarters at the wall playing the marker toss, but with quarters. For $20, $30, $40 a pop with the security guard. So the security guard, Michael goes, I'll do my 1 toss against your 4 tosses. $20? The guy goes, $20? He goes, I'll take that. And Michael throws his toss. The security guard throws 1 toss, beats him, and goes, and he starts walking towards the wall to get his coin. He's like, yeah, Michael takes out the $20 and hands it to him. He's gambling with the security guards. He's gambling with everybody, And so, The Last Dance. So that was my first one. Before me and Maheen get into the office, I want to talk about this. Just came out. I was on my Facebook on the shitter before I took a shower to come here. So I'm talking within 3 hours. If everybody want to know exactly how that went down, you just found out. And The Plandemic is a documentary that has made headlines on my Facebook page to the point already where one of my friends has already said, you've seen him, he's shaking her head, so good, all right, I'm not the only one, that you must be an idiot if you even posted this. But then I have pretty smart people that are like posting and saying, listen, I know it could be bullshit, but give it a listen. So to be honest with you guys, I have no desire right now to watch it. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I don't even like Inglourious Bastards. I don't like historically incorrect shit. I don't like shit that I watch it. I didn't learn anything. So I don't know if I'll watch it, maybe, but it's out. I just want you to know. So it will hit your newsfeed if it hasn't already. It's called The Plandemic, and they are saying that this is a planned out pandemic is what I'm assuming by the title. I did not see it, though.
So I also did hear that. I read that, obviously, but I also have, I have a really smart friend that I, kind of rely on to kind of debunk things or whatever, guide. And his immediate response was, I thought people thought this was a joke, So since you don't think it's a joke, this is dangerous. Here's all the reasons why that's not true. And
yeah, there's a
somebody
lot
had
of
created,
deep
like,
Reddits,
a
right?
Google Doc.
Yeah, there's a lot of deep
Sorry?
Reddits like shutting it down, right?
Yeah.
What do they call that? Debunking?
So I did
Debunking. Yeah.
debunking, yeah.
So it's been debunked already, and Maheen has already got an article sent to her about a list of debunks. So I mean, if within hours it's been fully debunked, I would watch
16 articles. She said.
16 articles.
16 reasons.
Hours.
16
Is it?
reasons.
It's not on Netflix though. It's on YouTube. Actually,
I don't know. It's on YouTube, yeah. It's on
yeah,
YouTube.
so it's on YouTube. It's not real, but it hit the news. For something to hit the news feed that quick, I mean, it's got to be talked about. So I have it on here.
Yeah.
And then I have been watching The Office. I was standoffish for a while. Immediately,
A while.
a long while,
Like 10 years.
10 years. No, but I mean, I don't think anyone even cared about it until like 3 years after it came out.
No.
The Office has really like recently started catching on big time with like the college crowd that are like rewatching it.
Recently?
Yeah, like getting like as popular as it is, like
Bro.
everyone putting it in their profiles and shit. Like literally every girl I ever swipe on, it says, "I'm looking for the gym to my Pam." I'm like, I don't even know that fucking guy, so I don't know what you're talking about. But now I do, and I would love to be the gym to someone's Pam. It would be nice to be the gym to someone's Pam one day, if now that I know who he is. But if you're an Office hater, this is all I want to say about it. Clearly it's old. Clearly whatever. Clearly everything. So fuck that I even brought it up. Fuck me. Shove it up my ass. What a piece of shit I am. But I will tell you.
My brother started watching it like 2 months ago.
What I will tell you, yeah, of course, your brother's the same as me,
Yeah.
knows that what I just said was a fact, and will be like, Lexio, that was a fact that he said.
Yeah.
And, anyways, I'm fucking looking at this piece of paper, there's nothing on it. I will say that it is stupid at first if you only watch like 10, 15 minutes. I only gave it like 15 minutes. It's slapstick humor, but it's slapstick humor mixed with 100 million seconds, like every second is sarcasm. It's all sarcasm. Even the slapstick is sarcastic. Yeah. But if you don't watch it for long enough, you won't know it's sarcastic. You'll just think it's slapstick, and it is stupid. It is stupid. It really is. It's a stupid show. If you only watch one episode, it's a stupid show. As a matter of fact, it took them up to season 2 to even figure out how to kind of make it stupid and funny. It was just stupid at first, I think, you know? It took like a season, because Carell's so good at playing that stupid slapstick. He is really good at it, but nobody wants to watch episode after episode of that. It's funny to watch Jim Carrey do it for an hour and a half in a movie when it has a plot to it, but to watch that over and over. That's why I think Parks and Rec, if you just want to put one on, is probably a little bit quicker to pick up on. But The Office, when you're involved in the world of Dunder Mifflin, I mean, every 10 seconds is funny. And you know that I wouldn't tell you something that's bad. I mean, I usually the shit I tell you, you end up telling me back. So if I tell you it's good on this show, it's good. Just watch it. So if you're a hater, just fucking watch it. I also watched the show Hollywood.
I don't think...
What?
Oh, I've heard Hollywood's really good, but I didn't get into it. But also, I just want to say, I don't think there's anyone left on Long Island that hasn't watched The Office yet. It's just not.
There is. There's a few
Except for
haters
maybe
like me.
Alexia.
There's a few haters like me. And you know what's fucked up is that I fucking could've... This chick was hot, too. I think she didn't like me because I didn't like The Office. And now I love it. And I could have like fucking 4 hours of conversation with her on the internet, but now I don't know. So it's over. I can't go back and say, hey, actually I changed my mind. It's not stupid. I watch it now. That would make me look even dumber. So regardless though, I watched Hollywood. Hollywood, and listen, I'm not a fucking... I don't like any public display of affection. Gay or straight. I don't want to see it. I don't like guys and girls making out. Sex scenes are okay. That's different. I don't like... emotional kissing in movies. It freaks me out. So that's guy or girl. So the show Hollywood is great. It's great because it does show like it's trying to show like the social issues back in post World War II era Hollywood and how bad it was for obviously African Americans, women, and then gay folk. But it's a little bit too much. Basically, what they say in this movie is that 90% of everyone in Hollywood was a gay man that couldn't show it. Like, everyone is gay. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know if everyone was, so it's like, enough is enough. But anyways, they work at a gas station where they do tricks, and they'll do it for women or men. It doesn't really matter. One guy won't do guys, but then it follows a black kid. Now and he made it, he's gay, so he'll do guys and a girl, he don't care. And they're just trying to make it in Hollywood, so instead of being actors, they're basically high-end prostitutes. And the guy who owns it is really cool, and he's high up in Hollywood, kind of like with, he brings his guys to things. Jim Parsons is in it. He plays an agent, a Big Time agent,
And basically how the story goes is these kids are all starting out, and then they end up at the same studio, kind of all working on the same movie, and they switch the whole movie up. It started as a movie about a white girl who jumped off the Hollywood sign, which is a true story. They end up changing it into a random girl who jumped off the Hollywood sign so they could put a black actress in it, and they kill the movie, obviously, and then it starts back up. By the end of it, it's a real tearjerker, and it's actually really good, but you do have to go through... I would say 4 to 5 episodes of fame-induced homosexuality before you get to any of the movie making. Like, it was a little bit much. Like, I almost turned it off. It was just constant, basically casting couch, but instead of harassing women, they were harassing men. You want this part? Suck my dick. You want this? You can suck my dick. It was scene after scene after scene after scene. And I watched it. So anybody wants to write homophobe or whatever, don't. I fucking finished it. I'm just telling you what you're going to see. I just don't like the kissing. I mean, they can fuck or whatever they want to do. I just don't like the
They can fuck. Don't kiss.
And if you want to do like a little from behind, you can't
Just
see
the
too much
tip.
in a movie, but you can see a lot of kissing in movies. So that's mine. That's all I got. Maheen, did you watch anything good?
I got 2. I do. So I watched Dangerous Lies under the pretense that it was a show. For some reason, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm about to watch this show with Camila Mendez from Riverdale. Sounds cool. It's #1 trending in the country. Like, let me watch it.
Which one?
Ended up being a movie. I found that out after an hour and a half.
Which one is
Fine.
it?
What is it?
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds.
That's not what I'm thinking of.
So, really, really great. I don't want to ruin the plot, but this girl, Camila Mendez, is the main character. She starts working as a home health care worker for this old guy who lives in a really big, beautiful old house in Chicago. And he ends up passing away and leaving the house to her.
Oh,
and
I
it
read
comes
this.
along with a whole bunch of problems.
I read it. I didn't watch it. I read that.
You did?
Yeah, I read that off of Netflix. That was
Yo,
the
you're going to
synopsis.
love it.
It's good?
It's so good.
I saw that one. There's
So
a
good.
couple of teen ones out there. I'm not going to watch, but Mindy Kaling has a new one out.
I binged watched that whole thing already.
People say it's really good, like one of those bingeable things, like You. It's like the show You. Like you just keep watching it. And Mindy Kaling's really funny. I'm not going to watch it, but if you want to watch that episode too.
Mindy
What's the
Kaling's
second
definitely
one?
a better writer than an actress, I feel.
Yeah, I like her altogether, but she's a really funny writer. Everything she touches is really funny. And what was the second one?
My second one is Outer Banks.
Oh, that was the one I thought you were
showing
talking
Netflix.
about. That's with the kids that are like half are preppy, half are surfers. The trailer was too corny
Yeah.
for me when they were like, "That's the preps, yo. Basically the scum of the earth, bro.
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
don't fucks with them kooks." You know, like that's how the intro was. So I was like, it was like a Sunday.
So
It's
that's,
like
that's
a
exactly it.
after school special.
It's Kooks and Pogues.
Pose.
But the story of it gets really good. It's
Sounds
like
racist.
National Treasure, honestly.
It's like National
What?
Treasure meets
I said it
fucking.
sounds racist. Kooks and
It's
folks.
it's basically National Treasure meets Blue Crush. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What it is.
Exactly. But it's so good. It has a really good underlying story. And Barstool Sports, I was scrolling through, and all of a sudden I see, because the main character's name is John B. On Barstool Sports, they have a hoodie for sale. It says, "I would die for John B." And I was like, people like this shit. It was really good.
Oh yeah, Barstool. As soon as they find out people are surrounding around something, they'll make a fucking t-shirt. For it.
Anything.
Yeah, 100%. That's so funny. I played golf with a guy with a Barstool head cover on his putter. It was pretty cool. So that's a side note. One up. I need a sound button. I need a like a.
Oh, yeah, like a little sound bite.
One up. Yeah, one up. That'll be our first sound bite. Do you have anything that you were watching?
I started watching Midnight Gospel.
Yes, me too. Fucking Dunkin' shit.
Just pop in an edible and watch that.
It's so crazy, but it's basically just an interview, but going through
It's his
craziness.
podcast.
Yeah, it's his podcast. Oh, it is his podcast.
And then they break it up into things where they have to record audio for, but
Just
it's
very
mainly
slight,
his-
slight little
it's
audio
mainly
just
his
to keep
podcast.
the cartoon running, but it's mainly his podcast.
So Duncan Trussell, who's a comedian, has a podcast. I forgot what it's called, but they out of his podcast they created with that audio they created a animation, and it's basically this kid who has his own podcast, his like Universal podcast, and he puts his head into this vagina.
All right, so yeah, it's I'll run it quick. It's the future. So like he's got this machine where he can put his head into this vagina. Yeah, that's
his head in the vagina,
and he can go and see any world he wants, like all these worlds that were made.
Universe,
Actually, they're not even universes. If you really look into the show,
planets,
he bought a program.
Oh,
it's so far in the future that actually the stuff that he has is shit.
Like people are like, who wants to spend that much money on these old worlds from like old simulated video games that just got like washed away? He's like, there's so many people on these worlds. There's real stories on these worlds. And so his idea for his internet show is to go to these different worlds. He does Earth first, so he meets the president, who's in the midst of a zombie apocalypse, happens to be Dr. Drew. And so it's just an interview with Dr. Drew about drugs and medicine and whatever, while Dr. Drew is walking through America killing zombies. Like, come on. You know, and it's like, there really is no bad drug. It's just, what's the point of drugs? Like, why would you and kill, and they do a podcast and almost act oblivious to the mayhem that's going on in the cartoon. So it's almost like a visually intriguing podcast.
It's a fucking trick.
And then the way the art's done is so Duncan Trussell. It's super interesting. I watched a few. I couldn't keep binging.
Midnight Gospel.
My biggest problem was for it, and I hope that I'm not hurting anybody's feelings, but we don't have enough listeners to have that happen, but I was not that interested in the guests. Dr. Drew I was, and I didn't know any other one. So it was like, as I went through it, I enjoyed it, but when I figured out what I was watching, I was like, oh, I want to see if someone's cool is on here. And I looked, and I like the writer because I like how writers talk. I don't know, right? They always talk the same, right? Writers.
Yeah.
And so I like the writer that was the hippo, and they always talk like life is just about all these different things that happen. Like I don't know, right?
Analogies.
Yeah, analogies.
Great storytelling.
Yeah. So that was a good one with the hippo, and he was stuck through a horn the whole time. It was so funny. So that was a good one. And then everyone else, I didn't know who they were, so it was just like
he picks these avatars. So you put your head. You pick your avatar, whoever you want to be when you get on this planet, and then it shoots you across the universe to this planet, and you get to talk to X person.
It's basically like a similar. It's like if they took like all the Grand Theft Auto worlds, if they were VR, like if we got high into VR, and it was like the old version, like the first version where you could get shot into a planet.
Like that universe exists. Like that game.
It really exists. So it keeps running. But it's old stuff, so he spent money to get it just so he could talk to these people. He thought that there were good interviews down there. Like nobody wanted to use the worlds anymore.
We live in a fucking old.
Yeah, we're just some old world
universe.
Yeah, exactly.
That they created just one planet on with life.
Yeah. We're just shit. Like the guy could pop in here and just choose one of us to interview. Dude, and it's talking Trussell, so he's like, yo, you guys have your own podcast too here on Earth? What? Awesome. And he'll sit down and he'll just like, do you mind if you want to be on my StarQuest? And we're like, yeah, we're in our StarCast, man. Yeah, StarCast or whatever it's called. Yeah. So that's a good one, Midnight Gospel. So we gave you a lot of shit there, so you should have something to watch. And I think that both the ones that Maheen said are both worth a watch, plus the Mindy Kaling one, because they're probably good. They're just like, I'm not into that fucking Blue Crush Kooks versus, I just couldn't do it. But I'm sure it's worth a watch.
So good.
Yeah, because they're all the ones that Maheen just listed. I've seen them. They're all ranked. I've read all of their synopsises, seen all their trailers. So they're all good. That's all we got. Beanie's Corner. What do you got?
Ready for you. So, like I said, I'm just going to show you guys some pictures from my before and after.
He's going to switch you off his share
power
first.
washing.
Oh, that's it? Okay, nice. Awesome.
Yeah. So, I didn't know I had to put it together. So that was me assembling it.
Look at her little Ryobi box and a little drill in it. Is that an impact gun?
Yeah, I actually...
Damn.
No. I brought my own drill.
No, I know, but does your drill, is that an impact gun? Like, is that a knolled end that you pull out and then you can just slot the piece in?
Nick, you know me. Do you think I'm going to know what the fucking impact gun is?
Well, do you know how to put the bit in, right? So you can take the screw out, right?
Yeah, you got to twist it.
Oh, okay, so it's a drill. Yeah. No problem. You need the impact gun, too. The impact gun is shit. Alright, so...
Okay. Oh, it's, like, kind of really hard to see, but... So, I started on the side of my yard, and these stones have been there forever.
Where's the
I
old
cleaned off one.
color?
Can you see? Okay, so that's when I, like, started, and I was like, okay, there's a color there. I never knew. I don't know if you can really see it. I did little bits right there just to kind of practice.
Oh, yeah.
So that's green, it was white, it's red. They were all just gray and dirty. This was dirty.
I want to see the red
really
one
dirty.
before, because the red one looks really good. You don't have a before picture of the red one?
Yeah. Maybe it's the next shot.
No, that's it.
I think I did it. Oh,
there
that
you
was
go.
half of it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, and was that soap or no soap?
No soap. My soap didn't even come in yet.
Yeah, I told you that it's amazing, right? What the water can do.
Yeah. So then I kept going, obviously, and where? All right, hold on. I sent Alexio multiples of this, but it didn't show up.
Do you have them on your computer?
Hold on. They're probably in my drafts. No.
Hold on, let me see.
All right, hold on.
No, don't sign on to Bud's account. We can't find them. Hashtag one up. I already told you.
Put a pause in the recording.
Alright, we can't pause that. We don't pause anything around here. You just have to deal with the nonsense. I've been playing better golf if anyone cares. Just able to calm down, really put things together. I sawed my swing off a bit. I didn't lose any distance, but it's easier to make good contact, so that's cool.
My dog almost ate my neighbor's dog. They would probably would have been a good
That's
fight.
part one. You have to send part two, it looks like. Your dog almost bit your neighbor's
I'm
dog?
doing it on my phone.
Yeah, they would have fought though. They're both pit bulls.
And what happened?
They didn't fight, actually.
Really?
There's a gate. There's a hole in the gate.
Did they go to each other?
Almost. I was too scared. My dog hasn't been socialized because she's horrible.
Really?
She's horrible, bro.
She's
She's
mean?
always been horrible, and we're too scared to do it.
That's all?
She hates men and she hates other dogs.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
She's like, she'll go nuts?
She goes nuts. There with like deep
Yeah,
growl.
yeah.
the
Where it's
whole
like
thing,
scary,
yeah.
like gargling and shit.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
fucked
never
her.
done
She
that.
fucked her face up the other day, scratched it all up, because
All right.
the dog behind the fence. There was a dog behind the fence.
And she was
Look
trying
at
to get
this.
to it. Wow,
She's
look at
trying to get
this. Look at this, Maheen. At the villa,
So
cleaning stuff.
that was just starting at the top, and then the bottom is still like obviously undone.
Yeah. No, it looks
I wish
good.
I took a picture of my walkway because I didn't realize how dirty my walkway was until it was done.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
fucking.
look at that.
It's amazing.
I'm surprised your dad let
That's
you
a
do
little
this,
bit.
honestly.
Why wouldn't he?
I feel like he would have been like, you're supposed to call
Oh.
somebody to do it.
No.
Yeah, no, I think he wanted somebody else to do it, but I'm having fun. Obviously you saw that. So this is a little bit of a before and after. So the bottom was dirty.
Oh
The top is clean. And
And
there's a
that
little
one on the left is
rainbow in
not
the
clean
picture.
yet? Is that why that one's a little darker?
I think it's a shadow.
No, that
Oh,
one
it's
I
just a
just
shadow?
don't know. I need the soap, I think, for that. But if you zoom in a little bit, like
Oh,
you
I
can
see.
see, it was
it's
so
darker than the bottom
dirty,
one.
just
Yeah,
like
no.
specks of dirt.
That's super clean. That's amazing. Yeah, power washes are fun shit, and when it rips it off, it's pretty fun to use. Only time it's not fun is when it's wow. Look at
That's the part your mom did, right?
Yeah, my mom was doing this back here.
Maheen, did you Photoshop it or rip holes off the top of your fence?
Where do you see holes?
What is that? Oh, the tree is all in front. Dude, from where I'm sitting, it looks like those those leaves are in the back. I'm like, did you shoot the top of it and like break it? So that looks good. The fence looks good. Do you have a telephone pole in your
Yeah.
backyard?
Yeah, for my neighbors. They ended up getting Optimum, and the Optimum person had to come into my backyard.
That's whack. And what, your
Rude.
Verizon doesn't come off your
Yeah.
pole?
Underground, right?
I don't
Where is
know.
it?
I don't know how that.
Who knows?
Who the fuck knows how it works? So that's what we got for Beanie's Corner. Hopefully you guys are at home doing some stuff. I'm putting a door up in my apartment, so it's actually an apartment. I'm finally finishing it up. I'm making a front lawn. Hashtag one up. One up.
You're making a front lawn?
Yeah, I'm ripping his front lawn to pieces and redoing it like a golf course. So first I'm gonna clean it up. Then I'm gonna I looked it all up. But you have to get the topsoil, lime, then fertilizer, then till the whole thing with this big electric tiller I'm gonna rent, and then get this lawn roller where you fill it with water. It turns to 200 pounds. And you pull it across the lawn. It flattens it out. Then you put the grass seed on top of that, and then you spread out more topsoil so it doesn't blow away. And you rake it, I think, and then one more time you flatten it, and then you water it. Should work.
Boom.
Boom. So we'll see. So hopefully everybody's doing the same, having fun, fixing their house, power washing shit, doing shit like that. That's really all we got for you. You guys have anything to add?
Love you.
I don't think I have anything. I don't know. I wrote down some notes, but I don't think I needed them. yeah, everybody have a good week. Stay up, stay safe, stay sucker free. And find out if you're team in or out, because that's the news of the day. Team in or out. Maheen, are you team in or out?
I don't know. I'm scared. I
You have
want
to be
other
in.
people to go out so I can see what's gonna happen to them.
Maheen has to be in. Liberals are in. Everybody else is right out. And then I believe that I don't fucking know. And then why is there so much gray area whether we could be in or out? That's another problem I have. But I'm not gonna go on another rant here. But in or out. So you decide what you want to do. Alexia's gotta hit the button for us. And other than that, peace. Peace.
Bye.
Bye. And Alexia's just gonna let it run for the next 10 minutes. It looks like a guitar, though. And then hit the stop button.